Welcome to Taco Tuesday. Guess what? We're making tacos! Taco, 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 taco. Whole cup of flour into the mixer. So easy half pour of half a thing of into the mixer. Sounds like the kettle's boiling. That's the kettle over there getting its boil on. Okay, so 1 heaped tablespoon of baking powder. Teaspoon, sorry guys. Teaspoon of baking powder. Tablespoon of oil. 3 tablespoons of oil.
If you want, these are soft tacos.
Soft tacos. Okay, half a cup of hot water. Touchable, but not too hot. So about 45-50 degrees. And turn the mixer on. Okay, bread dough coming out now. Can't really get a good look. There it is. Look at it. Beautiful dough. That is a good dough. But it's a hot dough, guys. No yeast in it, so it's not a bread dough. There it is in its little, where it's going to sit for a little while and do something.
Just rest.
Okay, no, it's tired. It had a hard time in the mixer, so it's getting a bit of a rest on.
Covered.
Covered. Keep it covered. And keeping it out, not in the fridge or anything.
No.
Okay, there it is. Salsa, some tomato, and some onion, but some other stuff will be added in a minute. Things like coriander and lemon and
corn. This is a bit of fresh thyme. Pretty much anything you want.
It's a salsa. It gets lots of stuff. Anything you want to eat on a taco, this is where you chuck it.
This is our drizzle sauce. There's some mayonnaise. There's some aioli. If you don't have aioli, it's just a bit of garlic. Some basil pesto. In a jar so we can shake it up. We're going to put a squeeze of lemon juice, a sprinkle of sugar, a bit of milk in there for thinning. It's like, give it a shake. Looks like a good consistency.
Oh yeah, that looks good.
The sugar won't have all dissolved yet, but it tastes good.
Okay, update on the salsa. Oh, there's some greenery on top
Added
now.
some cut up corn.
Cut up
and
corn.
a whole bunch of coriander. That's essential.
Oh.
Whatever you do, you have to add the...
You have to add the coriander. That is...
Now we're going to add some nice fresh lemon juice or lime juice if you have it, even better.
Even better. Do we get to put lime juice on the tacos as well? Because you know that's my favorite bit.
Because we added the lemon juice, we're going to just put a bit of sugar to make it taste a bit nicer.
Oh, and that actually looks quite good. You want to get a spoon and dig in there, guys. Pour some of the sauce over.
As it's Mexican as well, always a bit of oregano.
Okay, oregano is from Mexico.
They use Mexican oregano.
So, Mexican oregano it is, guys.
Right, so I'm just going to give that a shake and let it
infuse. Nice.
Alright. That's ready to go. This, we can put it into a better bottle
for serving purposes, but in those, we heathen, so we eat it out of that. Shake it up, keep it shaked, it will soak up all the goodness.
Refried beans.
Refried beans.
A little bit of sunflower oil.
Bit of sunflower oil. Do we have beans?
Yeah. We've drained them, but not fully. Leave some of the liquid.
Leave some of the liquid. Chuck it into the pot, bang it around, get it in there.
You're never going to get it all out because
Sunny
likes to pack their beans in.
Sunny pack their beans. You want the easy beans, get Winners. You want the packed beans, get Sunny. And it's okay, you can use Sunny because it's okay to have slightly broken because these are being refried. Yeah, I'm just going to come around so that I can see it better from that side as they're getting shoved in. A little bit sunny behind. Get it? Sunny, sunny tin. Sunny, sun. That's the sun. That's the sunny. Okay, so we got the beans in. Okay, some of them have broken a little bit, which is great because we are refrying them, which means they are going to be a slightly
yeah, there's nothing really
mushy.
refried about refried beans.
No, you're just making them mushy. And look at that. Move that to one side so we can get a little bit of focus on.
Okay, now we're popping in some garlic.
Okay, a little bit of garlic.
Quite a bit of garlic.
Quite a bit of garlic. Okay, no, not a little bit. Put in the garlic.
Onion powder.
Okay, this is onion powder. I'm going to show you guys how to make this one day. It will be a quick little YouTube and a TikTok because this stuff is the greatest thing you'll ever have.
Great, bit of salt.
Okay, bit of salt, sprinkle in, not too much. Oh, that's quite a decent pinch. Let's call it a decent pinch. Oh look, remember it's actually on fire below, so we do got to get some stirring done.
Relax, it's beans.
Yeah, beans, it's like one of those chill dishes. Yeah, anything with beans, it's like you're thinking cowboys, you're thinking, oh, that's going to be cool.
Smoky paprika.
Smoky paprika, very important. That's it.
Gonna give a beautiful color. A little bit of spiciness, but not too much. Mexican.
And adds a bit of
so
smokiness.
oregano.
So, oregano, of course.
Right, we're going to keep cooking this. The aim is to make like a bean paste.
Yeah, so we're going to try and reduce this. And that'll be one of my jobs. And I'll come back to you when we actually have reduced. Quick top tip. If you need to add some extra water, chuck it in the tin, because then that gets all the rest of the juices out.
You can see this is getting quite thick.
Yeah, so be careful, don't let it get too thick. Add a bit more water, stir it in, but you're going to get a little bit of the extra juices out of the tin. Normally that works better with tomatoes and things that stick to the edge of the tin. The beans seem to all come out. Okay, back to stirring for me. We're getting ready to do the marinade.
Same marinade for the pork and the vegan mushrooms. So a bit of olive oil, a bit of lemon juice. Put lemon juice, we counter it with some sugar.
Yep.
A little bit less for the mushroom, but we're going to put a lot of sugar for the pork.
So a lot of sugar for the pork, a little bit less for the
paprika. A lot. Oregano. White pepper. Cumin.
Oh, cumin. Like powder.
Powdered cumin.
Powdered cumin. It looks good. Not too much. Remember, you can put the excess back in the tin.
Bit of black pepper.
Black pepper, always good.
So let's give that a mix.
Oh, wait, we're going with the mushrooms straight away. It's like no mucking about for us.
Because we don't really like to re-wash bowls too many times. We're going to start with the vegan one.
Okay, so we do the vegan one in this bowl, which is our vegan bowl, guys, by the way. And then later on when we do the pork, we'll be getting our pork bowl. Don't worry, it looks identical to this one. In fact, I think we made a marinade in it earlier that will make it look like it's identical to this one with the marinade and everything.
You might need to get your hands in there a bit to get those mushrooms all coated.
All coated up in the marinade. Let's just get a close-up of it in Ricky's hands as she marinates it. Yeah, you see now they're getting all the sauce all over it.
Oh, and the smell is lovely.
Yeah, no, I have a big problem with this food, guys. My mouth always starts watering. You smell those flavors coming through and it's like, I'm going to eat this a little bit later.
And if you see it's not quite coating them all like this just at the moment.
Yeah, you see there are a few patches that don't quite have it all, but Ricky's got a remedy.
Mushrooms, so they're always better with a bit of extra oil. I'm not going with olive oil because I don't want to add more olive oil flavor.
Okay, so we just add a little bit of olive oil for the flavor and we add the sunflower oil for the glossy or sticky.
And get our hands messy again. Oh yes, that feels lovely.
Okay, so it's a by hand feel.
You can see them, they've all changed colour.
Yeah, look at them. They're just glossy, beautiful. Yeah. No, this is going to be a top-notch something. Vegan something. Tacos. We're making tacos, guys.
If you're vegetarian, you can make the mushroom version of this and throw in your cheese.
Okay, so vegans, no cheese. Vegetarians, cheese. Meat eaters.
Whatever meat you want.
Whatever meat you want.
But each one is
same marinade. It's like if you're having chicken, you can do this marinade.
Yeah, same marinade for any meat.
Okay, so this is the taco marinade, guys. We went through it all. So Ricky's perfect taco marinade. She does that thing where it's a fusion between this and the beans and everything sort of has the same bits. Yeah.
Did we put garlic?
I don't remember putting garlic in.
Put a bit of garlic.
Okay, so a little bit of garlic so that infuses with the loads of garlic that we got in the beans. See, it's all, I don't know, there's a word for it like terrain or something.
They're all coming together. Those look amazing.
We got the mushrooms. They've been marinating for all of about 30 seconds, which apparently is enough. If you want to marinate them longer, just keep them in the fridge. And now we're going over to the hot frying pan with a bit of oil, bit of sunflower oil. Okay, and they go, oh, they look so good. The contrast on the camera is much better when they're in the frying pan. I think we should get black bowls if we're going to do this more professionally. Because look at how good those look. They look good enough to eat already.
They look amazing, eh?
Oh man, you should see them through my camera.
Right,
Actually, no, you guys should see it through my eyes. They look even better through my own eyes. The color on them is so rich and beautiful.
So we don't want to play with them too much. We just want every mushroom to have its spot on the pan.
So getting a little bit of a sizzle. They must all be around. And we're going to let them just sweat it out a little bit in that hot oil.
But you're going to know when these are done by smell.
I can already smell it smells good, but it smells just a little raw. It's strange, but you guys will notice when you do it yourselves. There's this slightly raw smell about it.
And all that oil that we use to marinate them, you can see a lot of it's coming off. Up to you whether you want to serve it with that or not.
Yeah, so serve with the oil or not. This is tacos. They can be greasy or they can be clean. Up to you. Coming back in, a little bit of oil spilt off the side. If we could get a bit of bread to dip in that.
Clean up your ramekin.
Clean up your ramekin because serving probably be served in this. There we go. We are making the marinade sauce for the carnitas, the meat.
Exactly the same.
Exactly the same as the
Olive oil.
mushroom one.
This time, as we said before, because it's meat is going to have quite a bit more sugar. You want the sweet.
She's going to add the extra sweet of
some honey.
A little bit of honey because we all know that pork and honey go well together.
Don't worry, we've got another one.
This is not our last one. Look at that, opened up, no problem. Oh, I should have done a slow-mo of that. A lot of sweetness. Okay, a little bit of smoky paprika.
Quite a lot of smoky paprika.
Quite a lot of smoky paprika. A lot more. As you can see, there's a lot more of these heavy ingredients going in for the carnitas.
Basically, it means small meats.
Small meats.
You take something, you cook it big normally, and then you break it into small bits for your tacos. Right, the pepper, gonna hit up with some peri peri or chili spice.
Chili spice.
Because the meat can handle it very well. Add some salt for the pork. Pepper, thanks for the reminder. The garlic.
And the garlic.
First. Squash some of that garlic if you're a garlic lover.
It's already smelling good. And it's not even cooked, and it smells so much better when it's cooked.
Feel this hard thing here? I'm just going to cut through that just to release it. Right, we're going to cook this whole.
Cooking it whole.
And then we're going to make it into small pieces.
Okay, let it marinate for a length of time.
You should do this and then go do your prepare your salsa and stuff.
Yeah, but we jumped the gun on that a little bit, so.
But if you don't have time to let it marinate, don't worry. Oh, that meat feels great. If you've got time, you can slow cook these. You can pop it in a pressure cooker. Then you would add something like some orange juice.
So if you're going to a fancy restaurant in Mexico, this is how they'll serve it to you. Nice big pieces of meat.
This is good quality pork.
This is the good quality stuff. What we'll do is make one where you cook the bad quality pork and maybe some feet and that sort of thing. And that's we call it the Pullman or the street version. But sometimes you got to do restaurant quality. It can't all be street food. When we buy our pork, we always check to make sure that they have the compostable bases. We do have a compost heap. I'll be chucking that into the compost heap in a minute.
Wrap it up a bit so that it's a bit quicker to break down.
And then just chuck it in the compost heap.
Yay!
Flame on hot. Get your oil hot. In goes the meat. Listen to that sizzle. Oh, it's good sizzle. Moving back a bit. A little bit scared of my fancy camera getting burn on it. It's not a fancy camera, guys. It's just a phone. But it ain't waterproof, so it sure ain't hot oil proof. Look at those guys sizzle for a bit. Look at those juices. Oh, look at that meat. That actually is starting to smell good.
You see how it's cooked on the edge?
So it's quite high on the edge. That probably shows that it's almost ready to be flipped on one side. Moving back. Oh, no, look at that. Oh, man. Okay, getting in the way of Riki here a little bit, but how beautiful does that look? Oh, that's the honey, guys. That is what honey and sugar do to a piece of meat. I feel like I'm in Mexico. The smell, the sizzle, the blackened meat. It's like walking down the streets of one of the smaller little towns. Not actually Mexico City, but one of the smaller ones where they know how to cook.
So we're going to put on the rest of our marinade.
Okay, so the rest of the marinade's going on. Drizzled over the top. And into the sauce a little bit.
Oh, now it's made.
Now this is where it's at.
This is why we put extra sugar. Meat one.
Because you can't get that on a mushroom. The mushrooms look good. Don't get me wrong. That's what a mushroom looks like. That's what a piece of meat looks like. So you don't want to overcook it. Very important. Don't overcook it. We're not slow cooking it for a long time.
You can generally feel, if you're unsure, because this is still a hot pan, you can turn it down now.
And just let it cook a little.
All the way through.
Yeah. Top tip, guys. Ricky's full of them. Okay. The meat is perfectly cooked, so we're going to take it out now and chuck it onto a plate to rest a bit. Oh man, put some mashed potato on the side and I will eat that.
I'm just going to get all these little bits.
All the little bits are going to come from the pan. I'm just going to zip around so I can get the. Oh, look at that blackened. That's like garlic and all the goodness. Now in Mexico, they would actually serve it to you from the pan. They would cut it in the pan. It wouldn't actually be frying anymore, but it would be full of these little black things. And that's where the true flavor comes from. Let's just do a little flyby. Don't you guys wish you were here? Guys, I managed to sneak myself a little piece. Don't tell Ricky. That's so good. Okay, as usual, ball up your balls and then roll them out. Nice and small. Don't get them too big. You want your tacos to be the perfect size.
And not too thin.
Not too thin. Keep them thick. Yeah, look at the thickness. That's actually quite a thick piece of taco. But anyway, more importantly, you got to do mine. So Ricky's just going to quickly hold the camera so that I can show you what I got to do. It's okay with you. Floury hands, because I've been chopping up the meat, but what you're going to do is get into little slices like this. So get it out there, check the grain, go against the grain, always cut against the grain. And get it all chopped up so that it looks this beautiful. Rub it into the sauce, mix it all up, and then keep it for when you're ready. And I'll show you what to do when you're ready.
Against the grain means, if you see this piece of meat, grain would tear apart like that. So you want to cut against it. You don't want to go with those tears.
Exactly like that. When you cut against the grain, when you pull the piece, it should pull apart really easily.
There, that's cutting against the grain.
Because if you cut with the grain, then it's going to be tough. Because there's no way to actually
pull against it,
so it becomes chewy.
Good top tip.
Top tip, guys. Look at all those great tacos. And they're actually a lot smaller than they look. That's my hand. So a little bit smaller than my hand, but that's the perfect soft taco size. Now, very important, use the same pan that you use to cook all your marinated stuff, because that just adds flavor.
Unless you've got actual vegans coming, then don't.
Yeah, no.
Keep a separate pan for the vegan tacos.
To get the tacos in hot, we're waiting for some bubblage to happen. Sometimes does take a while, but don't be scared to do more than one. They're not ginormous, as you can see. So you can, if you can, fit more in the pan, Makes it go quicker, and then they're ready to eat faster. Stack them on top of each other. It makes the steam go through so that the bottom ones get softer and tastier.
Keeps them soft.
Let's get some bean mix on. This is the same bean that we made earlier. Just spread it on liberally. Beautiful. So mixed up a little bit. Yeah, not overly done. I know the Mexicans like to make it almost into a liquid, but I prefer this paste. Okay, so two of them are getting mushrooms. Remember, one's vegan. Another one's
getting mushrooms.
Huh?
Only one's getting mushrooms.
Only one's getting mushrooms. And who's getting cheese? Are they not getting mushrooms?
Vegetarian.
Okay, so they don't get mushrooms.
No, they're not getting mushrooms.
Okay, so the vegan one's getting the mushrooms after that discussion. Look at that, beautiful mushrooms on. The vegetarian one, not that one, apparently. This one is getting the cheese on it. All over beautifully.
It will melt just now due to the heat of the bean.
Yeah, the heat of the bean will get it going. The carnitas, which is basically the chopped meats.
The non-veg one.
The non-veg chopped meats. Don't worry, guys, you can serve it on separate plates and you don't even have to do the meat. But look at that, mouth watering. Look at that, mouth watering. Look at that, mouth soon to be watering. Good, so the heat will slowly warm them up and we'll get back to you in a second. Okay, so the natural heat from the bean has melted the cheese, not the microwave. The natural heat from the bean. So everything is nice and warm now. You can see steam coming off it. As you can see on the camera, it's going a little bit steamed. So perfectly ready for stage 3. Let's get the salsa on. look at that salsa. It just makes it so fresh and tasty.
Everyone's got lots of salsa.
Make sure you overload it on the salsa. Not too much, but remember you don't have to roll these, you're just folding these, so they can be a little bit too full.
Good.
Okay, the next thing is to get the salsa roja.
Yeah, your red sauce.
Salsa
Tomato,
roja, that basically just means red sauce. So
Tomato and garlic.
tomato and garlic, sprinkle a little bit on top. That's what it's all about. Oh man, how beautiful are those, guys? They're like perfect little yumminesses. So we got the cheese, we got the vegan mushroom, and we've got the meat. To squeeze a little bit of lemon juice over them. Oh, look at that lemon juice being squeezed. That wasn't a bottle. You didn't see a bottle at the top there. We're going to do a quick roll over. Ooh, look at that. Look at that incredible plating. Always black pepper. Well, you know, I would say let's go eat this, but we got to get the photos first. So let's get on with the photos and we'll eat this in a second. So finally we've made the tacos. Let's eat them. I got the white sauce. I'm going to dribble it over this. I'm going vegan first because, well, I'm good that way, and I have been sneaking a little bit of the pork in, but look at that. How good is that? Okay, the way you eat tacos is you fold it, you pick it up, and you shovel it sideways into your face. Mmm. 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 Oh wow, guys, these are the best soft tacos I've eaten in a long time. Made here in Mauritius in my home. Fantastic. Thanks to Riki. Thanks for you guys. I can't believe I'm so lucky I get to eat these. Thanks for watching us make these soft tacos. It was fantastic. We enjoyed it. I enjoyed eating them. And as usual, here are the bloopers.
Okay.
Hey guys, looks like I got some tacos. Damn it. Okay. No, I'm fine. Nothing. And turn the mixer on. Plug it in and switch it on. Remember I did that during the bread mix. And the garlic.
First.
Oh, look at all that garlic. We're going to mix it with the garlic this time. Last time, you know, mushrooms can handle it. No, we just forgot.